All right, hello again, boys and girls. Again, my name is Miss Winand, and this is Mr. Peterman, and we are on week 3 of our dribbling and kicking unit. So without further ado there, let's get started. Oops. Wrong button. All right, so again, we are with Salisbury University, and we're promoting healthy mind, healthy body, and healthy kids. All right, Mr. Peterman, you can take it away from here.
All right, so for today, we're going to have to, students are going to need a sock ball, a soft stuffed plastic bag with a string, and some ground markers. So stuff you can put on the ground to act as targets. All right, so today we're going to do a little instant activity, and then we're going to go over what we're learning for this class. And then we're going to be doing our activity focus. And at the end, we're going to review, and we're going to close the lesson up. All right, so for our first activity, if you boys and girls want to go ahead and grab 5 markers and a starting point. So it can be anything, it can be shoes, water bottles, piece of clothing, anything that you want to choose. I know I have a couple of shoes laid out. I know I have a bottle, an empty bottle right here I'm using as mine. Right, place your markers around the general space or the area that you're in, and then go ahead and stand by your starting point whenever you get ready. All right, so hopefully you guys are ready now, and then when you're by your start point, you guys are going to, correct me if I'm wrong, we're dribbling to each marker and we're picking up our object. Or are you kicking it?
We're dribbling around to pick up each object and bring it back to your starting point. It is exactly what we did last week when we worked on our dribbling. So just a little review of our dribbling here to get us started.
Thank you. All right, so boys and girls, if you want to go ahead and get ready, and we can start. So dribble, remember, keep your head up. You want to use the inside or outside of our feet.
Did you guys get it done faster than you did last week?
All right, so hopefully that was a little review for you guys. Work on some dribbling. In today's class, we're going to be doing some kicking. Okay, so that is a new skill. We're going to be learning how to kick properly. Pretty much we're just going to be focusing on short distance kicking in this class. So why is it important to kick? Kicking is a fundamental movement skill used in games such as soccer, which we're really focusing on right now. And what you guys want to focus on throughout today, the lesson, you're going to work on the psychomotor part, and this will also help you know if you've learned the skill, if you can kick a ball from different distances to a target, if you can tell why we lock our ankles when we kick the ball, and then if you can adapt your space and equipment for the lesson. All right, so now we're going to move on to our health activity for this week. And we're going to be talking about eating healthy foods and how to properly fuel your body with the right stuff, and just to make you live a healthier lifestyle and make correct decisions when it comes to food.
Hello, boys and girls, it's Miss Winand again, and this week we are going to be talking about what foods are good to fuel our body. So we're going to take a look at a thing called My Plate. So what this looks like is we have fruits, vegetables, grains, proteins, and dairy. And this is how we create a balanced plate, by making sure that we have all 5 of these categories in our meals. So for fruits, any fruit, so you can have pineapple, grapes, apples, anything like that, or any 100% fruit juice can be a part of the fruit group. That can be fresh fruit, it can be canned fruit, frozen or dried, any way that you can have fruit, like the fruit cups, or some people like to eat the canned peaches. I know I like those. Also, you can have vegetables. Vegetables is another part of our plate. So any vegetable such as carrots, spinach, broccoli, cauliflower, squash. My favorite is carrots. Little carrots with some ranch is always a really good and healthy snack too. You can also have them with dinner. So any vegetable or 100% vegetable juice counts as a member of the vegetable group. These can be raw, they can be cooked, fresh, frozen, or canned again and dried or dehydrated. So any way that you're getting your vegetables with your dinner is a great way to eat them. Or for lunch, you can even have vegetables for breakfast, all right, and our grains. So any food made out of wheat, rice, oats, cornmeal, barley, or any other cereal grain is a grain product. So that's like bread, pasta, oatmeal, breakfast cereals, tortillas, and grits are examples of grain products. So if you have like a quesadilla, a tortilla, you're getting your grains from that. With breakfast, if you like oatmeal, you're getting your grains from that. Any kind of bread or pasta, I know that I love to eat pasta. That's a great grain that we can get. Dairy, any fluid milk products. So these are our milk products. We're talking about regular old milk. You can do yogurt. Some people like cottage cheese, things like that. Cheeses like cheese sticks, butter, those are some of our healthier dairy options, but sometimes you can also always have a treat when you're eating, and that would be including like things like ice cream and milkshakes as well. All right, so then proteins, which is our last one. So that is our meat, our poultry, our seafood. Beans are also high sources of proteins. We want to make sure that we're filling our plate with a lot of those as well. So when we make our plate, we want to always be eating more vegetables than anything. We also want to make sure that we're including our proteins, because proteins are what help make our muscles stronger. We need to include our dairy, our fruits, and our grains. So when we're eating, we want to be mindful of what we're using to fuel our body, because while chocolate bars and candy are really yummy to eat a lot of the time, they're not what's going to give us the best fuel to make us be able to get up and get going. So we want to be thinking about what are some healthy options that I can eat to make me feel better and to fuel my body to be able to go. And that's where we're going to find our vegetables, our fruits, our proteins, our chickens, our pork, things like that. So let's make sure we're being mindful of what we're eating so that we can fuel our bodies properly. All right, boys and girls. So let's go get into our lesson. We're doing kicking this week, and I'll see you guys in the middle. Hello, boys.
All right, so hopefully you guys learned some new things about that health activity. Now we're going to move on to our warm-up. We're going to do each exercise for about 30 seconds, unless we have a number to do. Like the first one is 15 jumping jacks, so we'll just do 15, however long it takes us. If you guys want to go ahead and get ready, you're going to go to the space, make sure you're not going to hit anything. And we start doing 15 jumping jacks. Ready? Go. All right, and then when you guys are done, we're gonna do 30 seconds of apple pickers. Apple pickers, so imagine you're at an apple tree farm and it's apples high up in the trees and you have to jump to get them. So we're gonna do skips and jump as high as we can and reach up and try to grab the apples out of the tree. Okay, so it looks like this. Okay, and we're gonna do 30 seconds of those. Ready, go. 10 seconds. And stop. Next, we have 30 seconds of bear crawls. Okay? If you guys don't know what bear crawls are, show you. You're gonna be on your hands and your toes, okay? It's the only thing that's gonna be touching the ground, and you're gonna be crawling around with a bear, okay? So 30 seconds of these. Ready, and go. 15 seconds. If you need a break, shake out your hands and then start doing the bear crawl again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Next, we have 30 seconds ball taps. If you don't have a ball, just use your object. If you have the socks balled up or the plastic bags, you can use them. And all we're going to be doing is setting our object on the ground and using our toes and tapping the top of it, okay? So do this for 30 seconds. Ready, go. If you want to, go a little faster if you can. You can spin around the ball. Got 10 seconds left. And stop. All right, so for the 30 seconds next, we're going to be doing our favorite dance, okay? So whatever dance is your favorite, go ahead and do that for the next 30 seconds, okay? It can just be waving your hands in the air, it can be anything you want, okay? All right, so 30 seconds, ready, and go. I see Miss Wings doing the frogs. About 10 seconds. And stop. All right, so we're going to repeat these 5 exercises, okay?
All right, let's do each for 10 seconds this time.
All right, so each of these exercises we're going to do for 10 seconds, all right? So the first one, let's actually just do 10 jumping jacks. Ready? And go. Now we're going to do 10 seconds of apple pickers. You guys remember reaching out, trying to get those apples out of the tree. Ready? Go. And stop. 10 seconds of bear crawls. Ready, and go. And stop. All right, what we got next? We have 10 seconds of ball attacks, or whatever objects you have. Ready, and start. And stop. Now 10 seconds of your favorite dance. If you want to choose a different dance this time, you can. We do the same one, you can. Just we do this for 10 seconds. Ready, and go. And stop. All right.
All right.
Huh?
Oops, sorry. All right, good job, boys and girls. Your heart should be beating right now. Feel your chest. Take a deep breath with me. Go in your nose and out your mouth. Ready? And let's do another one. In your nose, out your mouth. All right, let's get into our kicking. So for activity 1, we're going to be working on kicking a short distance. So we're going to really work on our cues. So we're going to be using the inside of our foot. Our non-kicking foot is going to be pointing at the target. We're going to follow through with our kicking foot, and we're going to keep our eyes up. For this, you can use a wall to kick against, or a bed or something where it won't go too far away from you.
All right, so for task 1, we're going to be working on some of the cues. Remember to keep our head up. We're using the inside of our foot. With our non-kicking foot, we're going to be stepping next to the ball, okay? Pointing towards our target, and after we kick, we're going to be following through, okay? So the first task that we're going to do is we're going to be using light taps, pretending to pass the ball in a short distance, okay? So, stop it. Remember to keep your head up. Use the inside of your foot. Point with your non-kicking foot towards the target. Follow through, okay? You can just dribble around, turning to pass the ball, stopping the ball, resetting, passing the ball, resetting. Once you're used to that, you can switch to your non-dominant foot, okay? So the foot that you just were not kicking with, okay? So same thing, head up, inside of the foot. Non-kicking foot's going next to the ball, pointing to the target, kicking it, stop, kicking it, stopping it. You can turn around, kicking it, stop it, kicking it, stopping it. And that is task 1.
All right, boys and girls, so for this activity, we're going to make sure that we have our self-space just like we did when we were warming up, and we're going to be doing this for 2 minutes. Sorry, my timer is not working here. So remember, make sure you have a self-space. Use your softball, your bag, or your ball if you have one. And we are going to be, like Mr. Peterman said, you point your toe where you want it to go. You're going to kick it a little bit. You're going to point, follow through with your other foot, and stop it. And then you're going to come up, kick it, point with your follow through, and stop your ball. It's almost like we're dribbling, but we are working on our kicking. And if you remember from last week, the skill called we use when we stop the ball is a trap. So point your foot, kick, and stop the ball. Good job. All right, a couple more seconds here. Point your foot, kick, follow through, and stop it. All right, good job, guys. Now we're going to move on to our task 2. So for this one, you're going to need your targets that we used in our intro activity, and you're going to set them up and move 6 feet away from them. We're going to be kicking the ball and trying to hit the target. So again, we're using the inside of our foot. Our non-kicking foot is pointing where we want the ball to go at our target. We're going to follow through and we're going to keep our eyes up at our target.
All right, so for task 2, we're going to set up a target, shoe, sock, anything you have in your house that will not break. You're going to set it up. Move about 6 to 8 feet away from your target, okay? Now we're going to try to hit the target, okay? Still using the inside of our foot, head up, non-kicking foot, pointing next to the ball, pointing towards the target, and we're going to follow through after we kick it, okay? So we're trying to hit the target, okay? So I'm going to try to hit the shoe, okay? All right. After you kick, front of the ball, dribble back, and repeat, okay? Once you get used to that, you can switch. You can go to your non-dominant foot, okay? Same thing, same cues. All right. Again, when I was doing that, I had my head up, looking at my target. Non-kicking foot was next to the ball, pointing towards my target. I used the inside of my foot and follow through after I kick the ball, okay?
All right, so let's go ask our parents what we can use as our target and make sure that we are not kicking in the way of any furniture or anything that is breakable. All right, so I set up my can right here. I'm gonna take my ball, put it at my feet here. We're gonna start with our dominant foot. We're gonna step next to it, have our toe pointing to our target, turn our foot because we're using the outside or the inside of our foot. We're gonna step, kick, and see if we can hit that target. Remember, we're using our favorite foot right now, our dominant foot. Step, kick, follow through. And we step, kick, follow through, and don't get that ball. And work on our dribbling back. And we're gonna step, kick, follow through. All right, boys and girls, if you're comfortable with that foot and you feel like you have a hold on it, go ahead and switch to your non-dominant foot. And you're gonna step next to the ball with your favorite foot. It's still pointing to the target. You're gonna kick and follow through. Remember to keep your head up and your eyes on your target. So point, kick, follow through. That one missed, but that's okay. A little bit longer here. Step, kick, follow through. All right, good job, boys and girls. Take a break from that. For activity 3, we are going to be using both dribbling and kicking. So we have to put on our thinking caps and remember the activities that we did last week. So a reminder of our dribbling cues: keep your head up, use small taps on the ball, use either the outside or inside of your foot. Don't stop the ball, keep it in control. And to kick, we're going to use the inside of our foot, our non-kicking foot's pointing to the target, following through and keeping our eyes up.
All right, for task 3, we're still going to have our target set up, okay? But this time, instead of the ball being still when we kick it, we're going to be dribbling the ball, what we worked on last week. So we're going to be dribbling and then kicking the ball. So the ball's not going to be stationary, okay? You can put your object or your ball down. You're going to dribble and then kick towards your target. Okay, I'm still using the same cues. My head's up when I'm dribbling, and then when I want to pass or kick the ball to my target, I'll lift my head and look at the target, plant my foot, non-kicking foot next to the ball, use the inside of my foot, follow through, and hopefully hit the target, okay? Again, same progression. Once you get comfortable with that, you can move to your non-kicking foot, okay?
All right, so we are going to practice. We're going to dribble up and then kick. So make sure you have enough room to dribble up first. All right, so start with kicking your favorite foot. We're going to dribble, dribble, and kick. Dribble it back to your start. Remember, keep your foot pointing. We're going to dribble up, point your foot, kick, follow through. Dribble back. All right, we're going to dribble up. I'm going to use the outside of my foot too. I'm going to point, I'm going to kick, and follow through. Dribbling back. All right, dribble up, step, point, kick, follow through. All right, boys and girls, if you're comfortable with that, go ahead and move to your non-dominant foot. I'm going to dribble up with my non-dominant foot. Step and point, kick, and follow through. We're going to dribble back. Remember, if you're ready, we're using our non-dominant foot right now. Dribble up, step, kick, and follow through with our foot. And we're dribbling up, point, kick, and follow through. Remember, when we're kicking, we want to keep our ankle stiff so that it doesn't move. Because if we have a loose ankle, our ball will go anywhere that we want, but we want it to be stiff so our ball is headed to our target. So like dribble up, step, kick, follow through with that stiff ankle. All right, good job, boys and girls. Remember, when we're kicking, we keep that ankle stiff. All right, so now it's time for our challenge. This is going to be called Kick Over the Target. So just like our instant activity and our challenge activity from last week, you're going to have 5 markers and you're going to put them up all over your area. You're going to start at the starting point that you have, and you're going to stay at your starting point, and you're going to try and kick the ball to knock over each of the markers.
All right, so for our main task, we're going to lay out 5 targets, okay? So I have 4 shoes laid out here. I got one here, here, right here, and then one over here, okay? My 5th one is the starting point, okay? I have this drink right here sitting down, so this is where I'm going to kick from, okay? So you're going to get your object, set it down at your starting point. All right? The object of this is to hit each of the 4 targets out there. Once you hit it, so I'm going to go ahead and start. Same cues. Put my non-kicking foot next to the ball, the object. My head's going to be looking at the target. I'm going to use the inside of my foot. Follow through, okay? Once I hit it, I'm running up my ball, getting the object that I just hit, dribbling back to my start point, stopping the ball, placing the object down, and then trying to kick my next target, okay? Goal of this is to hit all the targets, bring them back to the start point. After that, you can move to your non-dominant foot, okay?
All right, so we're gonna head over to our start point. Make sure you have all of your objects laid out. You're gonna kick from right here. So we're gonna step, kick, see if you hit your object, run up to it, grab it, and take your ball back to your start. All right, so let's see if we can get it done in 1 minute or less. Here we go. Now remember, we're keeping our eyes up. We're stepping next to our ball, kicking, keeping that ankle locked, picking up our object, and bringing it back to the start. you completed all of that, go ahead and set your objects back out, and we're going to try it with our non-dominant foot. Now, when you're kicking with your non-dominant foot or your not favorite foot, it might be a little more challenging and you might not hit the marker every time, but that's okay because we're working on it. All right. Dribble up. Step next to it, point your foot to your target, lock your ankle, kick and follow through. All right. Oops. All right, good job, boys and girls. Keep working on it if you haven't gotten it yet. See, Mr. Peterman's finishing up there. He's picking up his object, bringing it back. Let's see if he can hit his last target there. And he's gonna stop and point with his foot. See how he locked his ankle and had that awesome follow through right there. Good job, Mr. Peterman. All right, boys and girls. So we're about out of time here. So we're going to talk about the review for our lesson. So our assessment for this week, just like every week, it's going to be on Flipgrid. We can use this code here, which will be in the description below, or you can just have your mom or dad or sister or brother scan this QR code with their phone camera. So the question for the day is what we're going to be asking is, where do we point our foot to? So where are we pointing our non-kicking foot when we are kicking the ball? Where is that foot pointed to? The second one is, why do we lock our, do we lock our ankle or our knee when we kick, and why? So if you guys remember, I was talking about why we needed to lock our ankle, and see if you guys can tell me why that is. And the third one is, what part of our foot do we use to kick? It's the same part of our foot that we used in dribbling. Let's see if you guys can remember and tell us. All right, for next class, you will need a ball of some sort, a sock ball, a soccer ball, etc. 4 cones or markers. You can use anything as a ground marker. You could use a sock. Mr. Peterman used his shoes. I used some hair cans. And you're going to need a ball and a string like we used on week 1. And we will be working on a combination of dribbling and kicking. That was my bad. I overlooked that there, guys. So dribbling and kicking next week. And as always, if you need more information about the Salisbury University Homeschool PE program, you can visit this website right here or scan this QR code. All right, so good job today, boys and girls, and we will see you next week. Don't forget to post your Flipgrid.
See ya.